Alright folks, Jon Gruden here. Now other than my Gruden grinders and Gruden's quarterback camp, I'd like to do a little draft analysis on a handful of young men that are, trying to finagle their way into the first round of this upcoming NFL draft. I'm going to start with a guy by the name of Michael Allen Sam Jr. out of the University of Missouri. I'm sure you've heard of this guy by now. He's one of the hottest names coming out of college football. He recently came out of the closet, and he didn't just come out, he kicked that door down, boy, I'll tell you. He almost made me want to be gay myself, that's how inspiring this guy is. But as a Super Bowl winning head coach, there's a few facets of his game that, come before the others on my list. Let's start with his pass rushing skills. This guy grabbed 16 sacks in the last 2 years. He just yanks guys off their feet, He's blown by so many guys that he could be a head coach in this league. He's got incredible ball skills, and he really knows how to stuff up a hole, especially if there's a man pounding into it. I watched the film, brother. I remember watching him his junior year at Mizzou. The opponent was in twins wishbone, and there was broken protection on that offensive line. Not only did he give the tight end a licking, but he was right in the quarterback's lap, man. He just stuck him, and you know that end was sore on Sunday after getting drilled like that. I guess that's just what happens when there's broken protection, But other than his pass rushing, he's also good in coverage too, man. Sometimes he struggled in zone, but he was downright incredible in man-on-man coverage. I'm talking really sticking guys out there. He really knows the ins and outs of route running, which I attribute to him going both ways back at Hitchcock High in Texas. He used to spread wide at receiver and just get drilled time and time again by the quarterback. And believe you me, he could take it as long as he wanted, pal. But other than his experience and phenomenal length, when it comes to his assignments, he rarely blows his job, which is why he wasn't beat often in college. So if you're trying to pass, he'll be right on your butt. If you're trying to stuff it down his throat, he'll most likely gobble you up. On top of that, he's flexible as a schedule of a guy who works from home. I heard at the Combine him and Johnny Manziel had the best sit and reach around. But let's segue and talk about his intangibles for a minute here. Michael Sam has a downright wonderful demeanor. He plays with such raw emotion that I wouldn't be surprised if he had a heart of gold. He's got a real pro state of mind. And at the same time, he's a scary man. I've seen him get double teamed, take on 2, sometimes even 3 guys at a time and just make them look soft. And come on, this guy's face is just menacing. Now listen here. In a sport like American football, you see men sliding on their chest and plopping on their butts, getting gritty and dirty, all trying to hit on the same guy and lay him out. It's violent out there, folks. They say it's a game of inches, and that's because 6 inches and 8 inches could be the difference between getting a rock-hard ring on your finger like me or not. This guy's going to get that extra inch. You could take that to the bank. So what did you think about his linebacking core in college, Tarico?
That linebacking core really set a tone for the front and the back end.
The front and back end. You heard it here, coaches. If you want to see your team march down the field with pride, you really want this guy on your D. Oh, and as far as hiding his sexuality, I'm sure glad he got that load off his chest. So, that's all, folks. From Gruden and Tarico, back to you, Boom.